White played. Rook e1. Pause the video to spot black's next move. White might go for Queen b3, King f8, Rook e3, Pawn b6, Queen d5, Queen e6, Queen takes e4, Queen takes e4, Rook takes e4, and increase their advantage significantly. King castled kingside was chosen by black. Black's idea is to play Pawn takes f3 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight h4 was chosen by white. White's idea is to play Knight takes g6 and establish a winning position. Queen takes g5 was chosen by black. Queen b3 check. White's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Rook e8. Pause the video to analyze white's next move. King castled queenside check. Bishop d7. Black's idea is to play Bishop takes e3 check. Pawn takes e3. Rook takes e3 and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop takes c5 was chosen by white. Rook c8. Black is outplayed. Let's go to the next game. White just played Bishop takes f3. Pause the video to find out black's response. Queen takes e2. Bishop takes e2. Bishop takes e2. Rook e1. White has no response. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Pawn takes g4. Pause the video and try to predict black's next move. King castled queenside. King g2. Rook h8. Black is planning to play Rook takes h6 and dominate the board. Queen takes h8. Move preferred by white. Rook takes h8. Knight d2. Black is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. Black just played Knight takes e4. Pause the video to spot white's next move. Queen takes d8 check. King takes d8. King castled queenside check. Knight d6. Pawn a3. Knight d7. Pawn takes b4. Knight c4. Black's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. White made a move. Rook e1. Pause the video and try to predict black's next move. Queen g2 check. King e3. King castled kingside. Black is aiming to play Rook fe8 check. King d3. Rook a d8 check. King c3. Rook takes d1 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Queen d3. Move preferred by white. Rook a d8. Black is preparing to play Queen takes h2 and establish a winning position. King d2 played by white. Bishop f5. Black might go for Queen takes h2 and seize the initiative. King d1 played by white. Bishop takes d3. Pawn takes d3. White's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. White played King h2. Pause the video and try to find black's next move. White intends to play Bishop g2. Queen e6. Bishop f4. Pawn g5. Bishop g3. Rook d3. Rook ae1. Rook takes g3. King takes g3 and gain a significant edge. King castled kingside played by black. King g1. Knight f3 check. King f2. White is aiming to play Queen takes f3 and dominate the board. Knight h4. Move preferred by black. Bishop g5. Queen takes h1. Bishop takes h4. Rook fe8. Black wants to play rook takes e2 check and establish a winning position. Bishop takes d8 move preferred by white. Queen h2 check. King e1. Rook takes e2 check. Bishop takes e2. Queen g1 check. Bishop f1. Bishop g3 check. King e2. Queen f2 check. King d3. Queen takes b2. Rook d1. Queen takes a3. Bishop g5. Black is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game. Black played knight takes b. To pause the video and try to predict white's next move. King castled kingside. White might go for bishop a4. Queen takes f1 check. King takes f1 and gain a significant edge. Queen takes c4 was chosen by black. Queen takes b2. Pawn b6. Rook e1. Queen b4. Black is planning to play queen takes b2 and dominate the board. Queen c1 was chosen by white. Bishop a6. Knight c3. King castled queenside. Knight e4. King b8. Rook b1. White might go for rook takes b4 and seize the initiative. Queen f8 move preferred by black. Knight c5. White wants to play knight takes a 6 check and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop b7 move preferred by black. Queen f4 check. On d6. Knight takes b7. King takes b7. Bishop e2. Rook c8. Rook ec1. White is looking to play queen a4. Knight b8. Knight e5. Queen h6. Rook d1. On d5. Knight takes f7 and establish a winning position. Queen d8 move preferred by black. Knight g5. White wants to play knight takes f7 and seize the initiative. Knight e5 move preferred by black. Queen e4 check. King b8. On f4. White is looking to play bishop a6. Rook c7. On takes e5 and gain a significant edge. Pawn h6 was chosen by black. Knight takes e6. On takes e6. On takes e5. On d5 black's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Queen e7. Pause the video and try to find white's next move. King castled kingside. Bishop takes c3. Pawn takes f6. Bishop takes f6. Rook e1. White is planning to play rook takes e7 check and establish a winning position. Bishop e5 move preferred by black. Knight takes e5. Knight takes e5. On b3. White is setting up to play on f4. On d5. Rook takes e5 and establish a winning position. On d5 was chosen by black. Black's idea is to play pawn takes c4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop f1 played by white. White is aiming to play bishop b2. On f6. On f4. Bishop e6. Pawn takes e5 and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop g4 move preferred by black. Black intends to play bishop takes d1 and increase their advantage significantly. Queen d2 played by white. King castled queenside. Bishop b2. White's idea is to play bishop takes e5 and seize the initiative. On f6 move preferred by black. On f4. Queen c5 check. Bishop d4. White intends to play bishop takes c5, and secure a stronghold in the game. Knight c4 played by black. Queen f2. White wants to play bishop takes c5, and secure a stronghold in the game. Queen a5 move preferred by black. Pawn takes c4. Pawn takes c4. Rook a c1. White is looking to play rook takes c4, and secure a stronghold in the game. Rook h e8 was chosen by black. Black intends to play rook takes e1. Rook takes e1. Rook takes d4 and seize the initiative. Rook takes e8 played by white. Rook takes e8. Rook takes c4. Bishop e6. Black is looking to play bishop takes c4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook c1 was chosen by white. White's idea is to play bishop takes a7 and increase their advantage significantly. Queen takes a2 move preferred by black. Bishop takes a7. Queen takes f2 check. Bishop takes f2. Bishop f5. Bishop b5. White is looking to play bishop takes e8 and establish a winning position. Bishop d7 move preferred by black. Black might go for bishop takes b5 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop d3 was chosen by white. White is looking to play bishop takes h7 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Pawn g6 played by black. Bishop h4. White wants to play bishop takes f6 and gain a significant edge. Rook e3 played by black. Black wants to play rook takes d3 and gain a significant edge. Rook c3 was chosen by white. On f5. Bishop f6. Rook e6. Black is setting up to play rook takes f6 and dominate the board. Bishop e5 played by white. White's idea is to play rook takes c7 check and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook c6 played by black. Rook takes c6. Bishop takes c6. Bishop c4. White is planning to play bishop g8. Bishop e8. Bishop takes h7 and gain a significant edge. Bishop e8 move preferred by black. Bishop e6 check. King b8. King f2. Pawn b6. King g3. King b7. King h4. Pawn c5. King g5. White's idea is to play bishop g8. Pawn h6 check. King takes h6 and secure a stronghold in the game. Pawn b5 played by black. Pawn h4. King b6. Pawn h5. White intends to play pawn h6. Pawn c4. King f6. King c6. King g7. Pawn c3. Bishop takes c3 and take decisive advantage. Pawn takes h5 was chosen by black. Bishop takes f5. Pawn b4. Bishop takes h7. Bishop c6. Black is struggling to keep up. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Pawn takes b5. Pause the video to analyze white's next move. King castled kingside. White is planning to play pawn takes f6 and secure a stronghold in the game. Pawn takes e5 move preferred by black. Pawn takes e5. Bishop takes c3. Pawn takes f6. Queen takes f6. Bishop g5. White considers playing pawn takes c3 and seize the initiative. Queen b6 move preferred by black. Bishop e3. White is setting up to play bishop takes b6 and seize the initiative. Queen c7 played by black. Pawn takes c3. King castled kingside. Queen d5 check. Queen f7. Black's idea is to play queen takes d5 and take decisive advantage. Queen takes b5 played by white. On a6. Black is preparing to play pawn takes b5 and dominate the board. Queen b2 was chosen by white. Knight c6. Bishop c5. White wants to play bishop takes f8 and gain a significant edge. Rook d8 played by black. Knight g5. White is aiming to play knight takes f7 and gain a significant edge. Queen c4 was chosen by black. Black is setting up to play queen takes c5 and secure a stronghold in the game. Bishop b6 was chosen by white. White is looking to play bishop takes d8 and gain a significant edge. Rook f8 move preferred by black. Queen b3. White intends to play queen takes c4 check and increase their advantage significantly. Queen takes b3 move preferred by black. Pawn takes b3. On h6. Black is setting up to play pawn takes g5 and dominate the board. Knight f3 was chosen by white. Bishop e6. Rook fe1. White wants to play rook takes e6 and seize the initiative. Rook fe8 move preferred by black. Rook ad1. On the5. On h4. White is planning to play rook d6. Bishop f7. Rook takes e8 check. Rook takes e8. Knight d4. On a4. Pawn takes a4 and increase their advantage significantly. On a4 played by black. On c4. White is setting up to play rook e3. On f4. Rook e4. Bishop g4. Rook takes f4 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop f7 was chosen by black. Rook takes e8 check. Rook takes e8. King f1. Rook e7. Knight e1. On f4. On f3. Knight e5. Knight c2. Knight c6. Knight a3. Knight e5. King f2. Pawn takes b3. Pawn takes b3. Bishop e8. Rook d4. Rook e6. Black is preparing to play rook takes b6 and dominate the board. Bishop c7 was chosen by white. On g5. Rook d5. White intends to play rook takes e5 and take decisive advantage. Knight f7 played by black. Knight c2. Rook c6. Black is aiming to play rook takes c7 and gain a significant edge. Bishop d8 played by white. White might go for pawn takes g5 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook d6 move preferred by black. Black's idea is to play rook takes d5. Pawn takes d5. Knight takes d8 and dominate the board. Rook takes d6 played by white. Knight takes d6. King e2. Knight f7. Black might go for knight takes d8 and seize the initiative. Bishop c7 was chosen by white. King g7. Knight d4. Pawn takes h4. Knight e6 check. King f6. Black wants to play king takes e6 and gain a significant edge. Knight takes f4 played by white. On b5. On c5. Bishop c6. King e3. Knight g5. Bishop d8 check. King f7. Knight d3. White is planning to play knight e5 check. King e8. Knight takes c6 and secure a stronghold in the game. On h3 move preferred by black. Black is setting up to play pawn takes g2 and secure a stronghold in the game. Pawn takes h3 played by white. Knight takes f3. Knight b4. White considers playing knight takes c6 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Bishop a8 played by black. Pawn c6. White might go for king takes f3 and gain a significant edge. Knight e5 was chosen by black. Pawn c7. White's idea is to play pawn promotes to queen at c8 and establish a winning position. Bishop b7 was chosen by black. Knight d5. White is setting up to play. Knight b6. Knight c6. Bishop h4. Knight a7. King d4. Bishop g2. Pawn promotes to queen at c8. Knight takes c8. Knight takes c8 and seizes the initiative. Knight c6 played by black. Knight b6. King e6. Bishop h4. White wants to play. Pawn promotes to queen at c8 check. Bishop takes c8. Knight takes c8 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight a7 was chosen by black. King d4. King d6. Bishop g3 check. King c6. Black is preparing to play king takes b6 and secure a stronghold in the game. Knight d5 played by white. Pawn b4. Knight takes b4 check. King d5. Black considers playing king takes b4 and establish a winning position. Knight d5 played by white. Knight c6 check. Black's loss is confirmed. Let's go to the next game.